I'm way more accurate than that shows, and that's what I'm cleaning up in this offseason. I'm gonna show everybody, come practice time that I've been working on that, and the key to my accuracy is making sure my feet are set right and trying to have a more polished throwing motion, a more polished stroke, you can say. So when my feet are right, my hips are allowed to open a little better, which that's kind of where your accuracy comes from. So getting out there in front of all the scouts and GMs in practice is going to show that.
Josh, how much time have you spent talking to some of your former NFL teammates, specifically Chase, a guy you played with who's now in the league and started some last year in Washington?
Yeah, I haven't talked too much to Chase. He's a pretty quiet guy. But, I've talked to Jake Hollister, Brian Hill, Tanner Gentry. They kind of tell me all the same thing. That, they love football, so it's obviously their favorite thing to do. But it's different from college. They're all focused on football. There's no class. There's no tests, anything like that. Your tests are on the field. So, that's what I'm looking most forward to is being all in on football, and I'm super excited for this time.
Josh, if the Browns pass you over at first overall, what would you say to them?
See, it's not about going as high as possible. It's going as high as possible to the right team. So if I'm not the right fit for the Browns, that's fine with me. I understand that, some people fit schemes differently. If I'm a better fit somewhere else and I belong at that other place. So it's not about getting drafted high for me. It's about, getting, like I said, drafted to the right team.
Josh, did you follow any of the buzz going into last season of being one of the high picks? And if you did that put any more pressure on you going into this season?
I didn't really follow it, but, it kind of found its way to me with more media attention and, ESPN crews and CBS crews coming out every other week. So it definitely played into the pressure. I'm the type of guy who wants the pressure. Being a quarterback, you got to love those situations, especially like you can link it to being down in the fourth quarter late, trying to go win a game. And I'm the type of person who wants it on my shoulders, and I'm always going to be like that.
Josh, how do you feel that some of the things that Coach Bowl did with you at Wyoming, including getting a few snaps under center of the game, helped make you ready for the next one?
Talking to Carson Wentz, he went through the same type of offensive style that we have, the same terminology and everything. I was able to talk to him last year when I was making my decision, and he said the offense that we run translates extremely well to the NFL. It's a different terminology, but we run the same formations, the same concepts. It's a really cool parallel to kind of understand that I'm not in a spread system like most of these guys coming out of college, and I'm going to be able to step in and at least learn the offense fairly quickly.
Josh, what do you remember about working in the Manning Passing Academy, and what do you remember learning about?
Meeting a lot of guys it was a really cool experience down there. Archie, Peyton, Eli, and Cooper, one of the greatest, families, not just football families, but just families that you could ever meet. They're extremely special people. They're super down to earth, and they care a lot about football. Obviously, getting able to talk to Peyton and Eli and taking what they had to say about what they did, leading up prior to game planning week and stuff like that, how they watch film, what they watched on certain days, their routine from waking up in the morning to going to sleep at night. Just really cool to try to emulate that because, Eli and Peyton have had really successful careers, and, as any quarterback wants a successful career, there's a certain path to follow, and they've set the path.
Josh, what's the main impression that you want teams to take from you from their discussions with you?
Yeah, I want them to know the type of person I am, the type of person off the field and on the field. I want them to know that I can understand football terminology. Obviously, coming from Wyoming and not playing against the greatest competition week in and week out, I don't think that has anything to do with football IQ. And I want them to understand that I have a high football IQ and I love this game. There's one thing about me. I do love the game of football, and this is the only thing I've ever wanted, for my entire life is to be an NFL quarterback. So.
Josh, out of curiosity, you mentioned Carson Wentz earlier and how he struggled his first year in the NFL and now has made his strides. How does that represent you moving forward, especially with a team like the Browns might be having you on their radar and the lack of success that's been with the Browns in the recent future?
Yeah, well, Carson came into the league and he obviously played right away. He learned from mistakes, learned from failure. And, if he didn't get injured this past year, I think he would have been MVP. So it kind of speaks volume of the type of person he is, how he learns. And, whether I come into an organization and play right away or sit for a year, I'm going to learn as much as possible. So when I do get on that field, I'm going to do everything in my possibilities to help put that team in position to win football games.
Josh, how would you describe your mindset relative to being able to complete a lot of downfield passes that seem like really difficult choices, really tough spots to put the ball?
That kind of goes back to the gunslinger mentality that I've always had. Looking back at guys like Favre and Rodgers, they're not afraid to put it at any spot in the field. And I've got kind of the same mindset. Obviously, I've got a good enough arm to do it, but I understand that in the NFL, guys get faster, they get smarter. It's harder to complete balls in the NFL. So being more accurate and making better decisions with the football is, what I plan to do.
Josh, what did you think about John Elway going to scout you in person at your bowl game? Did you talk to him? And if you did, what'd you say?
It was really cool. I didn't actually get to talk to him at the game, but it's fun to look over there and see a guy with the great stature as John Elway. It's really cool that he actually went to one of my games. So it speaks a lot about what the Denver Broncos are trying to do this offseason. I actually got a chance to speak with him right now. Super good guy. He's super down to earth, and obviously he wants to win. And he's doing the right thing by being down here and scouting as many players as he can. And ultimately, he's going to make the best decision for that franchise.
Josh, out of curiosity, you've been compared to both Ben Roethlisberger and Jake Locker on both mobile occasions.
Yeah.
How does that feel to you, just going into comparison with them two, as well as going in with the former Heisman Trophy winner as Baker Mayfield?
It's cool to be compared to people. I'm not a huge comparison guy. I'd rather be, the only Josh Allen. But getting to come here and compete with, the Heisman winner Baker Mayfield, it's going to be fun. He's I haven't met him yet. I know he's not here yet, but he's a dude that can obviously make all the throws. He's done a lot of great things, and obviously his teammates respect him a lot. So, getting the chance to meet him, throw with him, talk with him, and kind of push each other is going to be fun this week.
Have you guys continued to work on your footwork with your coaches at Wyoming, or have you gone work with somebody else since the season ended? Or
Yeah, I'm training with Jordan Palmer right now, and that's continually what we're trying to do is footwork. And like I said earlier, accuracy is kind of derived from your feet, so that's what we've been working on.